This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Testing 1 2.
Perfect. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show. Proudly coming to you live from the Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Studios. And if you want your carpets, your tile, your hardwood floors, your area rugs, your upholstery, you want that expertly cleaned with no harmful chemicals, you need to go to ZeroResSacramento.com. They will get it done, and tell them that the Radio Realtors sent you. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate. And thank you for listening.
And if you've got a question, a comment, or you're ready to hire the Radio Realtors to help you sell a home or buy a home, you can reach us on the Radio Realtors hotline at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can live chat with us 24/7 at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
And we have an amazing show for you today with these topics. Number 1,
7 signs you're about to buy the wrong house.
and number 2, our Ask Rob and Frank segment, where we answer your questions. Last but not least, we have an update on the California Dream for All program with one of our trusted mortgage advisors, Jeff Compton. So once again, if you want to reach out to us right away, call us now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can use our live chat option 24/7 at our website, RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
Well, so, the perfect house may not exist, Frank. I know it's a shock, but there is such a thing as the perfect house for you as a home buyer. And it may be the first home you view, like the home I live in now. That was the first one we saw at about 80 homes. Or you may have to go through 10 or 20 homes to find the right one. However, throughout the search, it's important for you to have realistic expectations, and you should also understand the features you should never pay extra for, Frank.
But sometimes, Rob, a house that you're seriously considering is just wrong for you, and there are a variety of reasons why.
I agree, Frank. So on the Radio Realtors today, we're going to give you 7 signs to look out for that might be telling you that you're about to buy the wrong house.
I am kind of excited about this.
I know, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, so sign number 1 that you're about to buy the wrong house is you're forcing the numbers to work.
Yeah, regardless of how much you love a home, you'll never be happy or maybe even comfortable in it if you can't really afford it. If you need to do financial acrobatics here to get the monthly payments to work, it's probably the wrong house for you.
Yeah. And taxes and maintenance are 2 expenses that go up over time, not down. So if today's payment is tricky, tomorrow's could be even trickier.
Mm-hmm.
So we recommend you leave a little wiggle room in your finances.
Right, Frank. Some buyers who go way over their budget because they fall in love with a home end up regretting it, especially if they leave themselves zero cushion for other things that life may throw at them.
And the bottom line is you're going well above your budget to buy a home. It's probably the wrong house for you.
I totally agree. Now, sign number 2 that you're about to buy the wrong house is the home doesn't excite you.
Yeah, we get it. Some people aren't easily excited.
Like you, Frank.
Funny, Rob. But that's true.
But if you have a downright meh response to the house that you plan on buying, stop and consider why. And if you're still visiting other open houses to convince yourself the one you found is good, it's probably not.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Most people we work with know the right one as soon as they set foot in it. If you don't have a gut feeling about the home you're about to buy, you should think twice about it.
Yeah, Frank, one sign that you're buying the wrong house is if you don't feel good inside the home. I mean, it's a physical and emotional feeling, and it's absolutely real. And if you don't have a good feeling as your realtors, we would warn you against ignoring that.
In fact, Rob, you should be comfortable and excited about the home and the area.
Right. And some factors that you should consider include how safe you feel, the distance to and the quality of the surroundings that may be important to you, like restaurants, parks, shopping, entertainment, transportation, and so on.
And as we've mentioned numerous times, you should explore the area at different times of the day and enjoy some activities locally. We call it taking a test drive.
Yeah. And after that test drive, Frank, if the area and the people you meet don't excite you, it's best to continue your exploration.
Okay, moving on to sign number 3, that you're about to buy the wrong house is the house doesn't meet everyone's needs.
Yeah, Frank, if you're not the only person buying the home, it's wise to consider your partner's opinion as well. As we always say, happy wife, happy life.
Or in this case, Rob, happy spouse, happy house.
Ooh, that's even better, Frank. And it's also important to consider how a house meets your family's needs. If you have 3 kids and one on the way, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow is probably not going to be the house for you.
In addition to that, if you have kids, it's also important to consider nearby schools. And if you have elderly parents, you need accommodations that meet their needs as well.
Those are good points, Frank. But whatever the reason for buying, if you start to get that feeling that this isn't that, you got to find a home that is.
Okay, sign number 4, that you're about to buy the wrong house is you're willing to waive the inspection contingency.
Yeah, Frank. And in a seller's market, potential buyers are looking for ways to make their offers more attractive. And you might find yourself tempted to sweeten the pot by waiving the inspection contingency.
However, Rob, this could be a warning sign that you're about to make a big mistake buying the money pit, right?
Right.
Because there could be something that comes up in the inspection report that completely changes your enthusiasm for buying the home.
Yeah, for starters, sellers may be using home staging to hide problems that would be uncovered during an inspection.
And there's so many items that could be wrong with the house, including foundation issues, leaks, termites, and electrical issues.
And some of these issues are practically invisible to the naked eye, but repairing these issues typically costs thousands. And if you agree to purchase a home as is, I use the finger italics there, you're going to be responsible for those expensive repairs.
Sign number 5, that you're about to buy the wrong house, is you're ignoring the results of the inspection report.
And just as bad as waiving an inspection is ignoring the invaluable advice of your home inspector. If the inspection comes back with serious red flags trying to tell you that this house isn't for you, maybe you should listen.
Oh, do we have any examples of this?
Yep, Frank. Not too long ago, we had a buyer who wanted to put an offer on a home that was a remodel. I would say this one was actually a flip. It wasn't like a Radio Realtors remodel.
Okay.
However, the home fell out of escrow and a buyer had done some inspections, including a home inspection, pest inspection, roof inspection, and a sewer inspection, all 4 of those. Well, the home inspection didn't look bad, but the pest inspection showed about $20,000 in termite and wood damage.
Yikes.
Right? The roof inspection showed the roof was installed incorrectly and needed to be replaced at around $12,000.
Okay, so we're about $32,000 so far.
Right. And then the sewer inspection showed a collapsed sewer line due to years of root intrusion from trees at about $8,000.
We're at $40,000. So $40,000 at a minimum that wasn't necessarily visible. That is amazing.
Right. I totally agree. And once you start visualizing yourself living in a home and raising your kids in a home, it's hard to walk away.
However, Rob, inspections exist there for a reason. And if extensive or costly issues arise, you should listen to your head over your heart.
Absolutely. Listen to your head over your heart. This is a Roxette song, I think. But anyway, hey, we've got to go to break. We will be back with more signs that you're about to buy the wrong house. And this is great information, I think, Frank. So we don't want anybody to buy the wrong house.
No.
So if you want to buy the right house, you got to have the right realtors. 833-32-RADIO is our number. Give us a call, 833-32-RADIO, or you can live chat with us right now at radiorealtors.com. Back after this.
What's that you got there?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's a magic lamp. An Empire Home Loans magic lamp.
Well, give it a try.
Who are you?
I'm the Empire Home Loans Genie, and I can grant you one wish.
One wish, huh? Okay, Mr. Genie, I'd like a mortgage for a home with no PMI, one that gives me 20% for a down payment and closing costs, and how about lower monthly payments? Let's see you grant that wish.
Your wish is my command.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Wait, what is this? What's in my hand?
That's an Empire Home Loans pre-approval for the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. It's everything you asked for.
Cool, the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan.
That's literally the coolest thing I have ever seen.
See ya.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to buy a home.
Get your magic lab, pre-approval at PooRiaLoans.com. That's POORIA Loans.com.
NMLS ID number 2099042, equal housing lender.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the dream team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and Abraham Lincoln once said, most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And that saying is as true today as it was when Abe first said it. And one thing that makes me happy is a clean and healthy home. And right now, Zero Res is offering a deal of presidential proportions. 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at just $129. That's some serious savings. But you may be asking, why Zero Res? Well, I'm going to tell you, most traditional cleaners use soaps and harsh chemicals that leave a sticky residue, attracting dirt over time. But Zero Res is different. Their patented cleaning technology is non-toxic and completely safe for people and pets, and leaves no residue, so you're going to enjoy a longer lasting clean. And with the Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee, there's no reason for you to wait. Call Zero Res right now at 916-245-2992, or you can schedule online at ZeroResSacramento.com. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same, Zero Res.
Attention homeowners, cyber thieves are now coming for you. There have been huge losses from title fraud. Over 83 million property owners are at risk. Many companies you hear of offer title monitoring. This does not protect your title from being stolen. It only notifies you that the crime has occurred. EquityProtect.com doesn't just monitor. We will actually protect your title and equity with our patented technology. For only pennies a day, you can have confidence that your title and property cannot be stolen. Don't just monitor your home's title, protect it. Only EquityProtect.com will lock down your property's title and equity. With EquityProtect.com, cyber thieves cannot access or steal your property's title. Go to TryEquityProtect.com to sign up or schedule a free consultation to see if your home is at risk. When you go there, use promo code RADIO50 to save $50 on the initial sign up. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to TryEquityProtect.com. That's TryEquityProtect.com and protect your financial future.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Studios. If you need your carpets clean, you need your tile floors clean, you need your hardwood clean, upholstery, area rugs, all that stuff cleaned without harsh chemicals, the best place that we know to go is ZeroResSacramento.com.
Yes, sir.
They are the absolute best. And the owner, Sean, you know when we talk about people that are the salt of the earth, like the nicest people on the planet, we have several people like that in our life. I'll tell you, the owner of Zero Res is that kind of guy. His name is Sean, great guy. His company is, bar none, the best place to get your carpets clean.
Top shelf.
All that stuff. You got it. ZeroResSacramento.com. So we're talking to you about the 7 signs you're about to buy the wrong house, Frank. And sign number 1
is you're forcing the numbers to work. You know, sometimes the numbers, they're way higher because of the interest rates, or you're looking at things and you're going, gosh, you know, we wanted to spend about $3,200 a month, but that payment is $4,600 a month.
That's a chunk.
Well, that is a big difference. And, you know, maybe you can afford it. On paper, you can afford it, but maybe you're looking at it and going, you know what? Mentally, I don't want to pay that much. And, you know, you shouldn't have to if you're going to be uncomfortable, because you want to own your house. You don't want your house to
own you.
Exactly, right? So that's sign number one. Now, sign number two that you're about to buy the wrong house is the home doesn't excite you. You know, and sometimes you get beaten down out there if you're not using the Radio Realtors way of buying a home, where you start to get, you know what, I'm never going to get a house, so I'm just going to put an offer in. We don't want you to get to that point. And sometimes people get to that point because they're not prepared. Maybe they're not working with the right realtor. Maybe they don't have a good pre-approval. I mean, there's lots of reasons why people fail in this marketplace when they're looking to buy a home, right? If the home is giving you kind of a meh response, you want to find a home that excites you. You know, it was funny. I just was showing homes these last couple of days to one of our clients, and it was so funny. We walked into this one home. I mean, and there was some that excited him, but we walked into this house and he says, "This is the one." And he said that, you know, and I said,
"Angels sing?"
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't hear the angels, but he certainly did. And it was so funny. I said, I go, "Do you want to put an offer?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think I can almost stop looking." At this point, right?
Folks, that doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, but you know, it does seem to happen with our buyers if we know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And one thing that I will tell you, what was really, really funny is that this gentleman was sending me homes that he wanted to see. I was sending him stuff and then he was picking them, right? And that was kind of our relationship. And so I finally said, you know what? I'm going to send you everything that I've been sending you, but I'm going to pick the ones we're going to see. And he goes, okay. You know, and so I picked 10 for him to see. And he says, I love all these. And he goes, I'm super excited. He goes, I don't want to send you homes anymore. You just send me homes. But it was so cool because one of the homes, we just found out that they accepted our offer, and it was on the angel singing home. It can happen that way. Number 3 is the house doesn't meet everybody's needs. You know, if you've got 3 kids with one on the way, 2-bedroom house is not going to work, or maybe you have kids and you're looking at a house with absolutely no backyard, or maybe it's on a hill and it's got a deck that you're going to tumble down to your death if you fall off that. I mean, there's certain things that you want to make sure that the home is for everybody in the family. And if it's just you or you and your spouse, then you can do whatever you want, right? But you kind of want to be planning for the future, right? Now, sign number 4 that you're about to buy the wrong home is you're willing to waive the inspection contingency. Now, this is a sticky one because sometimes in some markets, you kind of got to roll the dice a little bit. You know, you might have to waive that contingency or at least do an inspection and say it's for informational purposes only.
Right.
There's several ways out of a real estate transaction. Your inspection is only one of them, right?
Right.
If you waive an inspection contingency and then you still do one and you find out that the air conditioning doesn't work or that the roof is not
up to code.
Right. There are certain lenders that are not going to let you do the loan anyway, right? Or if there's a bunch of pests or termites or whatever, it depends on what kind of loan you're doing.
But it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not necessarily the end of the world. But the thing is that you don't necessarily want to just remove all your contingencies when you're putting in an offer. But there are some certain situations where it can be, I guess it would be safer. Like right now, I have a client that's in contract and he is doing a really short inspection contingency, but they have already done, the seller has already done all the inspections. They've done sewer, home, roof, pest, all 4 of those inspections. So he doesn't really need to do anymore, right? So
that selling agent did a great job.
You're right. Yeah, that listing agent. All right. So Frank, sign number 5 that you're about to buy the wrong home is you're ignoring the results of the inspection report. We have a great example of this is that we had a client that loved this home. It was a flip. It looked beautiful on the inside and out, but underneath there were some serious problems. Only about $40,000 worth, but you couldn't see that the sewer was not working. You couldn't see in the attic that they had termite damage and an active infestation. You didn't know that the roof was put on bad, but it was completely a new roof, but they had completely botched the job.
And that could be a deal killer to some people.
Oh, yeah. And so we didn't buy that house. We found something else, but that's a big deal. So you don't want to ignore the inspection reports either. Sign number 6 that you're about to buy the wrong house is you're not up to doing the repairs that need to be done, Frank.
Yeah, Rob, you can sometimes get a fixer-upper home at a great price, but it may not be a great deal for you.
Yeah, you need to always be real with yourself about your skill level and your appetite for DIY repairs. I mean, if you've never picked up a hammer before, you're probably going to need to save enough money to hire help, right?
Yeah, and it's funny, those home improvement TV shows are they're entertaining, but they only show a very small fraction of what it is like to renovate a home or even just update a bathroom.
And they do it like in just an hour.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
Well, it's an hour show.
Yeah, it's an hour show.
Yeah.
And so they're done. Move that bus, right? All right. Last but not least is sign 7 that you're about to buy the wrong house, is the house has a high turnover rate.
Yeah, Rob, doing your homework entails more than just a home inspection because a string of short-term owners, meaning the house has changed hands a lot recently. It's a bad sign.
Right, Frank. And there could be something wrong with the home that you haven't seen or noticed, such as noisy neighbors or major issues that have been painted over.
Or maybe plans are in the works to build a sewage plant or a rendering factory nearby.
And you know what? A rendering factory can be a problem because it doesn't always smell like a barbecue.
But worse.
Yeah. Sewage plant, rendering factory, light construction, all those different things can make your life kind of miserable, right? And there's lots of things that can make your life miserable. But either way, you want to make sure you pay attention to disclosure notices from the sellers and their agents and do some research in the tax records to find out if the property has recently changed hands. So the wrap up here is nobody wants to buy the wrong property, Frank. And there are a lot of telltale signs that you might be buying the wrong home. And there's a difference between minor repairs and major repairs. So it's important to have those inspections done by reputable companies. And we have preferred vendors for all of these, Frank.
Rob, I wanted to share a story with you. I showed property the other day and I was waiting to get back here because we've talked about this on our show. I literally opened the door, and when I opened the door, the smell was so bad. I made the clients go in and look, and I stayed outside.
So you made them go in?
Made them go in.
What was the smell like?
The house was disaster. And they came out and they were beaming and they said, "We love it. We'll take it." I could not stand inside the house. Goodness.
So was it a cat or just?
Worst house I have ever smelled in my life. And we've done these talks here on this radio show.
Right.
They need our ozone guy to go in, but it was just fantastic because they said, "We love it." And I'm looking at these people going, "Okay. So no problem."
What are you going to do when you have to do the agent visual inspection disclosure?
I already did it.
You did it? What, did you do it from the windows?
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
Oh, so, Rob, but it's funny. One man's trash is another person's treasure.
Yeah, it is definitely true. And like we've already said, we have a home buying strategy here that covers all of the things that we've been talking about in detail. So
why not avoid all these problems by just reaching out to us at 833-32-RADIO? That's 833-32-RADIO, or live chat with a member of our team at radiorealtors.com. And in most cases, we will go into a home with you, even if it smells really bad. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
What's that you got there? What, this? Yeah. It's a magic lamp. An Empire Home Loans magic lamp.
Well, give it a try.
Who are you?
I'm the Empire Home Loans Genie, and I can grant you one wish.
One wish, huh? Okay, Mr. Genie, I'd like a mortgage for a home with no PMI, one that gives me 20% for a down payment and closing costs, and how about lower monthly payments? Let's see you grant that wish.
Your wish is my command.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Wait, what is this? What's in my hand?
That's an Empire Home Loans pre-approval for the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. It's everything you asked for.
Cool, the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan.
That's literally the coolest thing I have ever seen.
See ya.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to buy a home.
Get your magic lamp, pre-approval at PooRiaLoans.com. That's POORIA Loans.com.
NMLS ID number 2099042, equal housing lender.
Brandon Tatum here, host of the Officer Tatum Show. Have you heard that teamwork makes the dream work? Well, I've been part of some really special teams. I play football, I worked in law enforcement, and even my team here on the radio. And if you're wanting to buy a home anywhere in Northern California, call the dream team, Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty. Check this out. Royce and Angela were first-time homebuyers wanting to buy a home in Lincoln. Rob and Frank met with them, discussed their wants and needs for a home, got them pre-approved with one of their preferred mortgage lenders, and had them out looking for homes the very same day. Rob and Frank found them the perfect home and negotiated a great price. And in just 21 days, Royce and Angela had the keys to their dream home. As a home buyer, they can help you win too, even in this shifty market. Call the Dream Team, Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. DRE number 01406275.
Robert Lewis here from the Radio Realtors, and Abraham Lincoln once said, most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And that saying is as true today as it was when Abe first said it. And one thing that makes me happy is a clean and healthy home. And right now, Zero Res is offering a deal of presidential proportions. 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at just $129. That's some serious savings. But you may be asking, why Zero Res? Well, I'm going to tell you, most traditional cleaners use soaps and harsh chemicals that leave a sticky residue, attracting dirt over time. But Zero Res is different. Their patented cleaning technology is non-toxic and completely safe for people and pets, and leaves no residue, so you're going to enjoy a longer lasting clean. And with the Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee, there's no reason for you to wait. Call Zero Res right now at 916-245-2992, or you can schedule online at ZeroResSacramento.com. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same, Zero Res.
Attention homeowners, cyber thieves are now coming for you. There have been huge losses from title fraud. Over 83 million property owners are at risk. Many companies you hear of offer title monitoring. This does not protect your title from being stolen. It only notifies you that the crime has occurred. EquityProtect.com doesn't just monitor. We will actually protect your title and equity with our patented technology. For only pennies a day, you can have confidence that your title and property cannot be stolen. Don't just monitor your home's title, protect it. Only EquityProtect.com will lock down your property's title and equity. With EquityProtect.com, cyber thieves cannot access or steal your property's title. Go to TryEquityProtect.com to sign up or schedule a free consultation to see if your home is at risk. When you go there, use promo code RADIO50 to save $50 on the initial sign up. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to TryEquityProtect.com. That's TryEquityProtect.com and protect your financial future.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show. We are proudly coming to you live from the Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Studios. And right now, they've got an amazing deal. If you want your carpets clean, your tile clean, your wood floors, your area rugs, your upholstery, right now, 3 rooms of carpet starting at $129. Book now while you can at that great price. And you know what? It's so funny, Frank. One of our clients just had their floors, their carpets cleaned because they're moving. And you're going, why would they get their carpets cleaned because they're moving? Well, they're getting their carpets cleaned because they want to leave a positive wake for the new buyers.
Not too many people like that.
Yeah, you're right. And so they did a great job, but they came out.
That's awesome.
They did the LVP flooring and then all the carpets. And their whole upstairs primarily is carpet, all the bedrooms and the hallway. And then downstairs, it's all LVP, right? So they had them both done, and they are gleaming. I mean, you could literally eat off the LVP floors if you decided to. I don't think you'd want to, but you could because it's that clean. Anyway, get a hold of them. Just book online, ZeroResSacramento.com, or call them. And that's 916-246-2448.
But tell them
the Radio Realtor sent you, and tell them you heard us right here on AM1380 The Answer. Yep. Now, Frank, guess what's back? Ask Rob and Frank is back again.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Frank, we created a monster because no one wants to listen to anyone else anymore. They're chopped liver. But if you want the best in real estate, we deliver.
I'm having a moment.
I've been working on my rapping skills.
Yeah, and that's why we're bringing back Ask Rob and Frank. So if you have a real estate question, please call or text us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can live chat with us at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
All right, Rob, my brother, this question is from Joe in Yuba City. And Joe wants to know, should I wait for mortgage rates to fall before I start looking for a home?
Well, Joe, this is a great question. First of all, thanks for sending in your question to us. And there's no doubt that there are millions of wannabe home buyers that are kind of anxiously biding their time until the mortgage rates fall into the 6% or even 5% or maybe even 4% range before they jump into the housing market. However, if you do that, it might end up costing you more than if you bought a home right now where the rates are a little higher.
Yes, sir. Waiting might even make it more difficult for you to find a home that meets your needs and then beat out the competition to come out with a winning bid.
Yeah, and Joe, on the surface, waiting for rates to fall, it might seem like a sound financial plan because let's say if rates fell from 7% to 6%, buyers would just save about $221 a month on the mortgage payment of a median price home. And this assumes, 20% down payment on, let's say, like a $420,000 home and financing through a 30-year fixed mortgage. If rates drop to 5%, they would save more than $430 a month.
However, if you're considering entering or re-entering the market, once the rates go down, you are definitely not going to be alone.
And that is so true. Each time mortgage rates fall a half a point or a point, more buyers will be able to qualify for mortgages and larger loans.
And that's going to lead to a whole lot more buyers competing for a limited number of homes for sale.
And Frank, over the past few years, we've seen what happens when demand exceeds supply. Bidding wars erupt, prices go up and they spike, and first-time buyers competing against investors and older buyers often lose out.
And those emotions come out.
Yeah.
And higher prices have the potential to wipe out any potential savings provided by lower mortgage rates.
And we expect to see this play out again, especially if the economy remains strong. There aren't any unexpected disasters. And while lower mortgage interest rates could encourage more homeowners to list their homes, those properties are likely to be flooded by buyers now.
I guess what we're saying is that, ironically, lower mortgage rates could make the housing shortage worse, especially if demand exceeds supply.
And Frank, what we're going to see this year is that whatever is listed, provided it's in good condition, we're talking about homes, whatever homes are listed, if they're in good shape, in an area where buyers want to be and they're priced well, those homes could sell very quickly, just like what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic when some homes sold in just a matter of days or hours.
And Rob, we want to make it clear that we aren't encouraging anyone who can't comfortably afford the mortgage payments at today's rates to buy a home.
Of course not. And we're not in favor of you stretching yourself beyond your means financially to buy a home. Instead, we would advise those who can afford a home just to continue saving or to take a look at the mortgage interest rate buy-downs and down payment assistance programs.
For sure. But Rob, for those who can afford today's mortgage rates, this is an exciting time to see what's on the market.
Right, Frank. And the very beginning of the year is traditionally slower with less competition from other buyers. And while there's often not as many homes for sale, motivated sellers might be more willing to negotiate if they don't have multiple offers.
Yeah, and if you do buy a home now and rates go down a point or two, you can consider refinancing your mortgage.
Yep, the process usually only costs a few $1,000s, but it can save homeowners much more depending on how much rates have gone down.
Here's the deal, Rob. Even if you decide to wait until interest rates come down, getting prepared to become a homeowner right now can give you an edge when the market does heat up.
Right, Frank. Preparation, right? Yeah. And that's exactly what it is when you're buying a home. There's going to be hoops you're going to have to jump through. But we want to make that process as easy as it possibly can be. And one of the best ways to get prepared is to come to one of our seminars.
And we're working on scheduling that next homebuyer webinar right now, and we're going to have a date on that very soon. But why not give us a call right now to schedule for that or a special online or in-person appointment just
for you. Call us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with a member of our team anytime at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. Back after this. Do you know what that sound is? That's your wake-up call. Instead of just dreaming about buying a home, it's time to start living the dream. And Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage is ready to help you. Jeff has access to the brand new Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. The Dream for All is a down payment assistance program for first-time buyers. It offers a loan of 20% of the purchase price of the home you're wanting to buy. Then once you refinance or sell the home, you would pay back that original loan plus 20% of any appreciation. This is a great option for home buyers right now because with this loan, you won't have private mortgage insurance, you can begin building equity right away, and you don't have to save for a big down payment. Funds are limited for this program, so answer your wake-up call. Call Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage at 916-765-2900 or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997.
Thank you for calling Jeff Compton's office. It's a great day to buy a home. How can we help you?
Hi, this is Brandon Tatum, host of the Officer Tatum Show. As a former police officer, I know the importance of trusting the people that you work with. And that's why if you're planning on selling your home in Northern California, you want realtors who got your back. Call my friends Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall from the Radio Realtors and eXp Realty. Check this out. Kat and Carl had to sell their home in Roseville and move to Ohio for work. They needed their home sold quickly to buy their next home. And because Rob and Frank spend thousands of dollars on marketing each month, they have a pool of buyers that are ready to buy. Rob and Frank sold Kat and Carl's home in Roseville for $20,000 over list price. Plus, they referred them to an agent in Ohio through their nationwide network of realtors and helped them get a great deal on a home there too. Don't wait. Sell your home today for top dollar. Call Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com. DRE number 0140-6275.
If you've been thinking about buying a home, you know it's a tough housing market right now, but I've got wonderful news. There's a new home community that's a reasonable drive from Lincoln, Roseville, North Natomas, and downtown Sacramento, offering brand new 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom homes with solar in the low $400,000 range. And they even have 5-bedroom homes in the low $500,000 range. These homes are beautiful with granite countertops, LVP flooring, spacious floor plans, and great amenities nearby. Find out more. Call the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Schedule a private tour today, and if you decide to buy with us, we will save you thousands of dollars with special incentives. All buyers are welcome, FHA, VA, first-time buyers, and investors too, and you can reserve your home with just a small deposit. Call us now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. DRE number 0140-6275. Rob here reminding you that you can hear all of our shows on the Radio Realtors podcast through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, and more. Please give the Radio Realtors podcast a 5-star review and share the link with your friends. Access it now at RadioRealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Studios. And if you want your carpets, your hardwood floors, your area rugs, your upholstery, all of that expertly cleaned without harmful chemicals, there's only one place to go, and that is Zero Res Sacramento. ZeroResSacramento.com is where you can schedule online. You can also call them at 916-246-2448. Make sure you tell them that the Radio Realtors sent you. And right now you can get a great deal. It is 3 rooms of carpet starting at just $129, plus something special for you Radio Realtors listeners. I'm Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And we are excited because for the final segment of our show, we're doing a update on the California Dream for All program and possibly some other options that may be better for you in the certain environment that we're facing right now. So we've got Jeff Compton on line 2. Jeff, welcome to the Radio Realtors.
Thanks, guys. How are you today?
Very good, Jeff.
Jeff, is, of course, is with Guild Mortgage. He's one of our trusted mortgage advisors.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. And Jeff, so we wanted just to get kind of an update from you on the California Dream for All program. Can you give us an idea of where things are at the moment and what you know?
Sure. Yeah. So first of all, a little backdrop on the program itself. What it's doing is for first-time home buyers, and I'll go into that definition in a minute. They're lending a first-time home buyer 20%. This is through California Housing Finance Authority. They're lending a borrower, a qualified borrower that is chosen through the lottery system. They're lending them 20% of a purchase price to be used for down payment and or closing costs. And so it's a really, really special program. There are some constraints to it that we can go through in a little bit, the guidelines, but it does afford home buyers just a tremendous opportunity to bridge affordability and not have to have a bunch of money saved up or any money saved up for that matter. So it's a tremendous program that is going to roll out. April 1st is when the portal will open with CalHFA for people to register, but you want to be prepared going into that time frame by working with your favorite preferred lender for the CalHFA program, and I am one of those, and just prepare yourself to get credit approved through underwriting if you can, because anybody that is prepped to that degree is going to have probably, without knowing all the details, is probably going to have a better chance of being selected in the lottery for a funds reservation. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. So getting all your paperwork in, getting credit approved, having you guys go over everything for them so that all you really have to do is submit their loan to CalHFA when the portal opens. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and what they do is they register through the portal, and then we already have them. You know, we're going to be so proactive that once they register and get the go-ahead that they're at least in the portal registered, then we formally can produce a pre-approval letter for them immediately.
Right.
And that CalHFA is probably going to be requiring, immediately as they register in the portal.
This is not hey, let's sit on the sidelines and wait till it opens and then see what we can do. If you're wanting to even have a chance to be chosen in the lottery, you have to be credit approved and ready to go probably by April 1st or before, right?
I would say by March 1st is what I would say.
March 1st, so a month in advance.
A month in advance. And it's important to note that this is limited funds. They're estimating they're having to have about 1,700 reservations statewide, and that's not that many because there are a lot of people that are queued up for this program or are queuing up. And so that's important to understand that this is a lottery system. We have no idea how they're going to choose, people that have registered. So we have no idea how they're going to do that. Is it random? Is there some sort of a criteria they're going to utilize when they get these reservations? I don't know. So anyway, that's important to note that it's a limited funding.
Right. So it's limited funding. And you said also with that limited funding, there are some other guidelines as well?
Yeah, so let's go through the requirements. Number one is you have to have a minimum FICO score of 680. So that's another reason to start early, because if you need to enhance your credit score a little bit, we can help people do that. Number two, the definition of a first-time home buyer. The borrower themselves cannot have owned a home in the last 7 years. And there's an additional criteria that's never existed in any of these programs before, is they have to be a first-generation homebuyer within their family. And what that means is this is a different criteria than has ever existed before, and that is at least one of the borrowers, and borrowers have to live in the home, one of the borrowers has a parent that does not currently own a home or have owned, if they're deceased, if they're unfortunately deceased, they can't have owned a home when they passed away.
Okay. So basically they're the first in their family to have owned a home, at least one of the people. So if your parents owned a home, you cannot qualify for this program, right?
Right. If either one of your parents, if maybe they're divorced or separated, neither one of your parents can have owned a home.
Right. Okay. So that is a big deal.
I think it's just because there's such limited funds and it's such a popular program. They're trying to address, first generation home buyers within a family. So,
right.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's kind of going from a dream for all to a dream for a selected few, unfortunately, with that.
Yeah, and so what we're encouraging a lot of our borrowers to, there are other programs out there. Cal Halfa has another program called My Home. There's another program that has just come on board, and that's not through Cal Halfa, but it's called Arrive Home. So there are other options that just don't offer quite as much assistance, but are equally successful in putting people into homes. And we're doing that with several of our clients right now that don't want to wait and take a chance on the lottery, because it's, when I overuse the word lot, but it's going to be very difficult for people to get a reservation, in my opinion.
Right.
It's going to be a select few that are successful in that endeavor.
Yeah. And it seems to me, what I think that people should do is that let us find out right now, right away, if you are eligible for this program, because you may be. And if you are, then we can get you set up for potential success with that. But even if you qualify for all of those things, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to get picked in the lottery. And that's the only caveat there. There's a couple caveats, but that's a big one, is that, if you want to buy a home and then you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you don't get chosen for this, well, there are other options for you. Now, they might not provide as much assistance. They definitely don't provide as much assistance, but they are successful programs that we're putting people into escrow every month on.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
And what we're encouraging people, let's get you queued up, queue yourself up for the program. And then if you're not selected for the lottery, then there are going to be other options for you.
Hey, there's old people like me that are not very computer literate. If there are people that want to come in and visit, you just don't have one office location. Where are your offices at? Because there are some people who like handshake, look them in the eye,
sit across the table from each other and see the whites of their eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I moved around to various offices that Guild has: Roseville, Sacramento, Elk Grove. Those are the primary other offices. Folsom. Those are the primary offices that I work out of, and willing to go sit down with people. I'd kind of want to take a look at their specific profile, and then we'd set up a meeting, ahead of time, and then we'd set a in-person meeting from that point forward. And what I really advocate that first-time homebuyers sit down with their lender. Like you said, look at them in the eye, develop a rapport with them, make sure that they're comfortable working with the lender. And I really strongly advocate that. I do it a lot.
I love that.
Yeah. So Jeff, what's your best phone number for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, I'll give you that in just a second. There's two other little minor aspects that I'll share with you on the program. A borrower may contribute some of their own money as well, but it's only up to 5% additional funds of their own that they could put down in conjunction with this program.
Is that the California Dream for All?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Once they might have been selected in the lottery, they have 90 days to find a home.
Gotcha.
So it's not something that's got to happen. So it gives them some time to get out, evaluate the market a little bit, see what's available, and so they'll have 90 days.
Wow.
Okay.
So and my direct line, my direct cell number is 916-765-2900, and then the team line where somebody is there as an alternative is 916-932-8115.
Cool deal. So your direct line is 916-765-2900, and then it's the team line is 916-932-8115.
You got it.
Well, hey, Jeff, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors. We appreciate it. If you guys want to get a hold of Jeff, you want to get a hold of us, you want to get your game plan going, give us a call at 833-32-RADIO. We're going to pair you up with Jeff so that you can find out exactly where you are in the process of maybe being a part of that California Dream for All program or a Cal HFA program. There are so many programs out there, and we are literally talking to people almost every single day about their options. So give us us a call, 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO, or you can live chat with us 24/7 at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. Thanks again, Jeff, for being on the Radio Realtors.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Make it a great week, everybody.
Instead of just dreaming about buying a home, it's time to start living the dream. And Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage is ready to help you. Jeff has access to the brand new Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. The Dream for All is a down payment assistance program for first-time buyers. It offers a loan of 20% of the purchase price of the home you're wanting to buy. Then once you refinance or sell the home, you would pay back that original loan plus 20% of any appreciation. This is a great option for home buyers right now because with this loan, you won't have private mortgage insurance, you can begin building equity right away, and you don't have to save for a big down payment. Funds are limited for this program, so answer your wake-up call. Call Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage at 916-765-2900 or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997.
Thank you for calling Jeff Compton's office. It's a great day to buy a home. How can we help you?
Hi, this is Brandon Tatum, host of the Officer Tatum Show. As a former police officer, I know the importance of trusting the people that you work with. And that's why if you're planning on selling your home in Northern California, you want realtors who got your back. Call my friends Rob Lewis and Frank Crandall from the Radio Realtors and eXp Realty. Check this out. Kat and Carl had to sell their home in Roseville and move to Ohio for work. They needed their home sold quickly to buy their next home. And because Rob and Frank spend thousands of dollars on marketing each month, they have a pool of buyers that are ready to buy. Rob and Frank sold Kat and Carl's home in Roseville for $20,000 over list price. Plus, they referred them to an agent in Ohio through their nationwide network of realtors and helped them get a great deal on a home there too. Don't wait. Sell your home today for top dollar. Call Rob and Frank, the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Online at radiorealtors.com, DRE number 0140-6275.
If you've been thinking about buying a home, you know it's a tough housing market right now, but I've got wonderful news. There's a new home community that's a reasonable drive from Lincoln, Roseville, North Natomas, and downtown Sacramento, offering brand new 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom homes with solar in the low $400,000 range. And they even have 5-bedroom homes in the low $500,000 range. These homes are beautiful with granite countertops, LVP flooring, spacious floor plans, and great amenities nearby. Find out more. Call the Radio Realtors with eXp Realty right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Schedule a private tour today, and if you decide to buy with us, we will save you thousands of dollars with special incentives. All buyers are welcome, FHA, VA, first-time buyers, and investors too, and you can reserve your home with just a small deposit. Call us now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO, DRE number 0140-6275.
Rob here reminding you that you can hear all of our shows on the Radio Realtors podcast through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, and more. Please give the Radio Realtors podcast a 5-star review and share the link with your friends. Access it now at radiorealtors.com.
When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. But standing here among the people of Punxsutawney and basking in the warmth of their hearths and hearts, I couldn't imagine a better fate than a long and lustrous winter.